Hey team, just making the new warm up and cool down videos for the team going forward. So they can be a little quicker. Our clients do these movements for 8 weeks, so I don't think we need to they're going to start to remember it after week 1. So this is just for you guys. Please don't send this out to clients because it's going to be very casual. New warm up for May and June. It is for Defy, of course. A cat cow is the first one. So most of these, there's a couple new ones, but just to make sure one knows cat cow, hands and knees, you're going to, drop your head, round your back as much as you can, tucking your hips under. So you kind of pull your butt under. And then you arch your back, bring the head forward, and kind of pop the hips out. And cue them to hold each position for like a second count. So that, you do cat pause, cow pause, and so on. You can do a little incline for those of your clients that can't get onto the floor. Put them on an incline. Really, it's the same though. So that is cat cow. Next one, side lying leg circles. This one's kind of new. We haven't done this in Defy, so they're going to be on the side. Hence the name. They can rest their head in their hand if they want. Legs are out, not perfectly straight, so a little bit of an angle just so it's comfortable for them. And am I going to kick anything? So big circles. You're going to go 5 coming forward like this. So 3, 4, 5, and then 5 kind of circling backward. The key here though is to cue them not to have a lot of rocking in their hips. So they might want to make this a really big movement. So like if I try to make it bigger, look at my hips tipping backwards. But if I, try to avoid that, it keeps it smaller. Basically, you want to isolate the movement in the hip socket and not allow the hips to tip and tilt. For those clients that can't get down to the floor, we'll just kind of do a big, they might have to hold on to something, which is fine, but a big circle like this. Again, that's 5 forward and then 5 back, okay? On each leg. Duh. All right. Oh, clothesline squat. I mean, it's kind of like a good morning, but it's a squat, not a hinge, so I didn't want to call it a good morning. Arms are out. You can you do it and have them, you pick or have them pick if they want to do palms up or palms down. There's benefits and differences to both. Other than that, it's a normal squat. I think I like palms down because my shoulder hurts. Normal squat, keeping those arms parallel to the floor though. So we're trying to have the clients not like tip forward like this and also not let the arms come down. So try to keep the arms parallel to the floor at all times in their squat. And that's the hard part because down here, your arms kind of want to go down too. So by 10 reps, their shoulders should be feeling the fatigue of holding them straight out. So 10 of those, clothesline squat. Overhead rotations. This one's new. It's a fairly simple concept, but we want them to do it right. So standing, feet hip width apart, arms straight up. So every time we do overhead things with our clients, I get so frustrated because I see so much like this, like loose, like an overhead squats. How many of our clients just kind of do this? So no, that doesn't engage the delts properly. It doesn't stretch through the chest and the back properly. So we want arms straight. And now if they can't get their biceps really close to the ears because they have restricted range of motion, that's fine. That's totally fine. They can have their arms out wider, but we want straight, focused, contracted arms. So straight arms, like I tell people, point your fingertips up towards the ceiling, like your arm is just an arrow. So we want this or this, but not like this. So keep that in mind. From here, we want to keep the hips the legs still, the hips can turn a little. We don't want to pivot the foot. We're doing a little rotation. It's kind of seeing how far they can twist one direction, back, pause, other direction. Don't have them twist so far that they are needing to sacrifice their knee positions. They shouldn't have to dip like a leg in or nothing should change here. So that's the overhead rotations, 5 on each side, and have them do them slow. Remember one of our trainer meetings, we talked about slowing people down with the warm up. Don't let them do this. They're getting nothing out of that. Slow, controlled, pause in the rotation, pause at the front, pause in the rotation, pause at the front. Okay? 5 each side. After the clothesline squat, that'll be kind of double duty on their shoulders, so they will really feel the fatigue in their shoulders. Then we have contralateral single leg deadlift, body weight only. This one will be fun, but remember, we do these for 8 weeks, so they will have 8 weeks. They're going to have a hard time with it at first. We haven't done these in Defy for a very long time. remind them that, hey, you have 8 weeks to perfect this and get better. It's a lot of balance. It's a lot of, it's deadlift on one leg, you know. So they might need to go near something to hold on to, balancing on one leg, reaching down towards the floor with the opposite hand, fingertips just pointing towards the floor. And we're doing 5 on each side. So make sure that they're not allowing their body to like turn or tilt or twist. Try to keep them really level. We want them to avoid just reaching down like this. See my back, right? That's all ugh. But tell them to straighten this other leg out. Try to keep their back nice and flat. Going for that soft bend in the knee, body weight in the heel. They should feel the stretch in the hamstring and glute. So you guys know that one. That one, I think, oh yeah. If anyone has any issues with it, like a pain, it's pretty, you know, it shouldn't hurt the knees. Have them do double deadlift for 10 instead of 5 each side on the single, or, you know, I think that'll be fun. I think almost everyone should do it. The only modification people might need is holding on to something and then getting better at it, you know, because it is a tricky movement. Last one, puddle hops. Puddle hops. So perfect for this rainy weather we have. Hopefully it doesn't last the whole 2 months, but just kind of tell them, like, you know, picture that there is like a puddle and you're trying to push and jump over just with one leg. So we're trying to focus on the push off with one leg. So this is the kind of the agility aspect, and it's going to be a little cardio warm up too. You know, they can take it smaller if they need to, depending on where they're at. Now, anything with an impact on a single leg is a lot of ankle, right? So if that's just too much for someone's ankle or knees, but they can do a little impact, have them do side to side double hops. And then the next regression down, if they just can't do any impact at all, is just doing a fast, wide step. So they're still stepping over that puddle, but they're not jumping. Okay, that is the warm-up for the next 2 months. I will do a separate video with the cool down.